Today's session, we're going to talk about system notifications. System notifications can be found in our list of validation tables through a variety of our different roles in the system. For today's session, I am logged in as the Payroll and HR Enterprise role, and you can find our system notifications under Company and Validation Tables right in this middle section under the Company tables. The listing will always say system notifications to get into that specific validation table. So system notifications are used throughout the system for basically any of our automated preset system messages. They kind of work similar to an email system, but instead it is all internal, and you do have the availability to go ahead and choose additional recipients, whether they be inside or outside the current system. System notification setup does provide a variety of different filters to include to let us know who the notification's about, what the notification's about, and when the notification should be triggered or sent out. This template helps to define the different messages that should be included, not only in the message portion, but also in the subject line of that specific notification that's being sent out. To get started, I want to go over a couple of the elements that you're going to go ahead and see right up top. As in all validation tables, you are going to go ahead and predefine a set code to go ahead and indicate what this specific system notification is. We do prefer it to be 10 characters or less with primarily capital alphanumeric codes, again up to 10 characters. There is an active trigger here to let us know whether or not the specific system notification should be active and running in the system. If unchecked, it will go ahead and save that system notification, but it will not currently run it until you activate it once again. The description can be a little bit more descriptive to let us know what the specific notification is going to head and going to alert us to, but it does allow us to also give up to 30 characters in this area. The system event actually helps to go ahead and drive or trigger us on what should happen. For each system notification record, one system event with a corresponding field can be selected. Its template typically is standardized or defined prior, depending on what system event is selected. Similarly, we do have an area where we can actually merge fields from the system in this insert field that are predefined based on that system event as well. Currently, we have 80 some to early 90s amount of system events in the system, and they do go ahead and span through all of the different system events that are happening in the system, whether it be something benefit related, performance related, recruitment related, workflow related in general, or maybe it's something as simple as hiring or maintaining or a transaction approval or anything that basically can happen in our system. Once we get over here, this is going to be the template that is used to go ahead and send out the corresponding information to whomever you're going to define to send it out to. The subject area is going to be your header that is sent out similar to an email. As you can see, you do have quite a bit of information that you can populate into that subject, and again, you can use these inserted fields. Something to take into account when it comes to those inserted fields, that information is going to pull from the body of the message and pull information from the corresponding details in the system. For example, when we enter the first and last name of an individual, it's going to look at the information in the HREE master, so their personnel file, and pull the information into the template that's being sent out. To take a closer look, I'm going to go ahead and edit this current transaction so that you can see exactly what is listed for the pending transaction system event. As you can see, this drop-down does go ahead and allow us to include an email address, employee number, first and last name, the recipient email, a salutation, as well as many transaction details. So for the comments, the description, the employee's first and last name, number, middle name, and then the type of transaction that's happening or the description of what's happening to be included in the information that will populate based on whom this is being sent to. If you would like to include any of these details, you simply go ahead and click the insert field and it will populate in that specific transaction. As you can see, there's also a template filter over here where you can go ahead and define out or filter down whom this specific information is going to, or what is being zoned in on in terms of the information that's being sent out. So for example, if your specific database has more than one company, you can choose that drop down to zone in on specific happenings, or in this system event, specific transactions that are pending within that specific company. For each different system event, similar to the insert fields, you will have a different grouping of template filter that could populate. That way you can zone in on specific events that are happening within the roadmap that you are currently using. Finally, down below is where you can actually go ahead and define out who should be receiving this specific notification. The Use Message Center will go ahead and allow us to use the message center that's built within the system to go ahead and send these messages. For this, the system would not actually need an external email address in order to populate these system notifications and or send them out. The Use Email, on the other hand, would go ahead and allow the system notification from this setup record to be sent to the email systems that are outside the system. So the email address that lives within the employee ESS PIN within the HREE master will be used to go ahead and send an email to this specific recipient. Down below is where you can actually define who it should go to. Should it go to the approver, or should it go to additional recipients, where you can actually choose from a specific supervisor, a tier manager, which looks at the validation tables, or a specific work group that you guys have gone ahead and created and defined also in that ESS PIN. You do have the option to go ahead and send directly to them, to CC or blind CC them in the notification that's going out. Additionally, we do have the option to go ahead and send a summary of what is being sent out to a specific recipient. Down below, you also have the option to, again, send directly to copy, or to silently or blind copy individuals of a specific email address. So if a user is not currently in the system by any means, but need to be notified, you can use the boxes down below to go ahead and define those. Finally, we do have the Attach Documents area. Here, you can go ahead and attach additional documents to this specific notification to be sent out. This is very, very handy when it comes to any kind of process that you're notifying your employees of following. So for example, when it comes to open enrollment time, and you're sending out a system notification to let them know that open enrollment is coming up soon, and they do have to follow the benefit enrollment policies and procedures. You can go ahead and attach documents with step-by-step instructions to follow through for that benefit enrollment. Here, you would simply click the Attach Documents, and you can follow the steps to go ahead and add additional attachments by clicking on the Notes area, attaching those specific documents, and then uploading the information. Here, the files must be either text, JPEG, Adobe, GIF, Word, PowerPoint, Zip, or Excel, and they cannot go over the maximum file size of 10 megabytes. Once loaded, the information, as well as this box being checked, will go ahead and attach that specific document onto this specific system notification that is going out. One last thing to make note of is our system, although initially lists only active records, does have the possibility of showing all of the different templates that are already created for you within the system. Here, you can simply uncheck this active recs only, and it will go ahead and populate the 80-some different records that are standard in our system that you can go ahead and either activate or edit any way you would like. As you can see, we've tried to make the naming convention as obvious as possible so that you may go in there and edit a correct template that is out there or simply use what's been created for you. If you have any questions over system notifications, please reach out to your account manager and schedule some additional training where we can kind of get a little bit further into the system events and system notifications.